This one, this one is a big one. Yeah, it's a big one. It's one of the most Googled questions ever on YouTube, on Google. Why do people dislike Nickelback? I get that message like once a week. Yeah, on my Facebook and on my WhatsApp. Why? Eddie Graham, tell us, why do people dislike Nickelback so much? So, just to kickstart this, yeah, I have to mention this. I actually like Nickelback, yeah. So for anyone who genuinely dislikes Nickelback, I want you to know that I'm arguing from the perspective of someone who actually likes Nickelback, yeah. And the reason why I like Nickelback is because I started listening to rock music when I was as young as 10 years old, yeah. When I was like in class 5, yeah, I think class 5, yeah. So the very first time I ever had a rock song, and I knew that that rock song was a rock song. I knew that I was listening to rock, and I knew that rock music was going to be the genre I listened to forever, is the day that I had This Is How You Remind Me by Nickelback. So Nickelback heavily influenced me into rock. I even did a video called Top 10 Rock Bands that influenced me into rock. I'll leave the link to go up here and also at the end screen, yeah? I actually enjoy Nickelback, and I know some people are like, no, one does not simply just like Nickelback. Well, for those of you who dislike Nickelback, that's okay, but I actually like Nickelback. I had mentioned this earlier in one of my videos that my top 10 favorite rock bands are Foo Fighters, Paramore, Bring Me The Horizon, Blink-182, 30 Seconds to Mars, Breaking Benjamin, Skillet, Nickelback, then 3 Days Grace, then Papa Roach. Those are my top 10 favorite bands. I'm very much into post-grunge and hard rock kind of sounds, yeah. So today I'm going to be, since I like Nickelback, I'm going to be looking at what the internet has said about why they dislike Nickelback. I'm even going to show you some YouTube comments from guys who claim to genuinely dislike Nickelback, and some people who are pro Nickelback and some people who are against Nickelback. I'm going to give you 3 major reasons why people claim to dislike Nickelback, and then I'm going to give you 3 minor reasons why they dislike Nickelback, okay? So the first reason, yeah, I'm not even doing an intro today, I'm just jumping straight into it. Yeah, so the first reason why people claim to dislike Nickelback is apparently, if you YouTube this and you watch some videos, some people claim that Nickelback, their lyrics are misogynistic, something like that. What they're trying to say is that they talk about, lyrics of Nickelback talk about women in or like objectifying women in a sexual way, yeah. Songs like Something in Your Mouth. There's a song called Something in Your Mouth, and then there's also this song called Figured You Out, where they say, I like your pants around your feet, yeah. And then there's also this there are other songs where Chad there's this song called Animals by Nickelback, where they talk about the song describes that they were getting it on inside a car, and then the girl's father finds them getting it on. So apparently Nickelback has songs that talk about women in a sexual way, objectifying them. And my response to that is for those of you who claim that you dislike Nickelback because of their misogynistic lyrics, have you ever heard of something called hip-hop? Have you ever heard of something called hip-hop and rap music? They talk about, spec that ass girl. Yeah, it's like half the lyrics are like that, and yet hip-hop artists are really big, and they do really, really well, and they have a lot of fans. So claiming that Nickelback's lyrics are sexual, and that they point women they objectify women in a sexual way, it feels very, I don't know, it just feels very flimsy as a reason, yeah. Number 2 would have to be that Nickelback songs are generic, repetitive. Yeah, so this is the second reason, yeah. That Nickelback is generic, repetitive. And their songs are generic, repetitive, and formulaic. Yeah, their songs are generic, repetitive, and formulaic. They tend to follow some kind of formula, and that they all sound the same. Okay, so my response to that one is that there is some truth to that, but it's a half a truth, it's half a lie. Let me explain why. So when you say that Nickelback songs are generic, repetitive, and sound the same, someone who would say that their songs sound the same, obviously you've never listened to the whole Nickelback discography. If you've listened to one or two albums, yeah, there are some songs that sound the same. Like, to be very honest, a song like Far Away and Never Gonna Be Alone. Me, sometimes I can't even tell the difference between these two songs, yeah. Then there was a time songs like Rockstar, Photograph, Someday, and Saving Me, yeah. Those four songs: Rockstar, Saving Me, Someday, and This Afternoon. They had the same vibe, and sometimes I had a very hard problem telling them apart. However, you need to understand something about Nickelback. Yeah? Nickelback, well, the reason why, apart from being generic, some people say that that Nickelback is mediocre. But let me explain why. Let me explain what they mean by mediocre. They say mediocre because at Nickelback, this is the argument for people who don't like Nickelback. Yeah, at Nickelback are so good. Yeah, so why are they making these songs? Why are they making these songs that all sound the same and they all sound very generic and very, cheesy? And I was like, you know what? There's some truth to that because Nickelback are very talented and their typical sound is post-grunge. For me, the most amazing Nickelback song. By the way, what's your favorite Nickelback song? Please comment below and tell me what's your favorite Nickelback song. Yeah, my favorite Nickelback song is This Means War. This Means War. I love the way it opens. I love the guitar riffs. So for me, that's like the best Nickelback song I've ever had. I may have a problem ranking my best Nickelback songs, but my number one for me is This Means War. I love the way it opens and just the energy and the guitar riffs. If you've never listened to it, go look for it. This Means War, yeah, by Nickelback. So I know that that to me is my favorite Nickelback songs, but I know that not all Nickelback songs sound like that. There are others which are very soft. There are others which actually become even poppier. Yeah, but here's the thing: you need to understand something about rock music as a business. Yeah, rock music should a lot of rockers never view rock music as a business. They only view it as the music and the culture. So a lot of people criticize Nickelback for going soft and having songs. You always hear this thing where people say, how can Nickelback, even Avril Lavigne used to say this, how can Nickelback be so hated yet they sold 50 million albums? Yeah, and this is the thing. Actually, the people who say that Nickelback are mediocre, they say that, oh, Nickelback, we don't like Nickelback because they became famous off of doing mediocre music. Well, that's a very, one-eyed kind of perspective because this mediocre song that you're criticizing them for, that's not all that Nickelback is. Yeah, there's an album by Nickelback called Feed the Machine where half the songs sound like metal, yeah, or alternative metal. They have a very metal kind of sound. Yeah, go look for an album called Feed the Machine. The songs there sound very metal-like. So saying that all of Nickelback songs sound the same, I'll tell you, please listen to the entire discography. Not all Nickelback songs sound the same. And for those who say that they became famous because of mediocrity, well, you need to understand, if they sold 50 million albums, it means that Nickelback must understand business to some point, and they understand that if we need to get to the radio by playing some cheesy songs like Photograph, yeah, as long as we get our name out there, it's good for the business, because at the end of the day, a lot of rockers never view rock music as a business. Yeah, they never view rock music as a business. And then some people will say, oh, if they only did it for the money, then they're sellouts. No, not really. You don't have, if you're trying to expand your audience, you don't necessarily have to be a sellout. Plus, I feel like really Nickelback really redeemed themselves with their latest album, Feed the Machine. So it's not like they just went pop and then disappeared completely into the pop era. Just that they did some diverse songs which are different from what they typically do to get on the radio for more exposure. But typically Nickelback know how to make very heavy, nice, heavy songs. And then lastly, the third reason why people dislike Nickelback apparently is they try to be everything. Yeah, they try to be everything. They try to do everything and please everyone. Well, that one, my response to that one is kinda true, and I think that's actually what got them trolled, because in the beginning they were a post-grunge band. And then at some point they sounded like a metal band. Like in this means, oh, they actually sound like a bit of metal. They actually sound like a bit of heavy metal, yeah, just a bit of heavy metal, yeah. And then suddenly they became softer and began doing songs like She Keeps Me Up. Yeah, go look for the music video for a song called She Keeps Me Up. In the comments, you'll see people saying that Nickelback are now Maroon 4. Yeah, Maroon 4, because they're dressed up in like pop like outfits, and then they look they're dressed in pop outfits, and then they look all glittery and shiny like a pop act, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true. As an artist, if you try to please everyone, you end up pleasing no one. And in my opinion, that is the only logical reason why some people dislike Nickelback, is that sometimes they try to please everyone, yeah. You thought I was going to defend Nickelback all through? No, I sometimes like to look at in any critique, I always look at the positives of a band and the negatives. And I have to be honest, sometimes Nickelback try to do a bit of everything, and that way they end up, when you try to please everyone, you please no one, yeah. So at least that one makes some sense. But at the end of the day, we all know that Nickelback is a hard rock post-grunge band. So even if they try to do a bit of everything, they don't deserve that much hate. I mean, how many bands out there have changed their sound and they're not as trolled as Nickelback, yeah? So those are the top 3 reasons that people say that they dislike Nickelback. Let's go to the bottom 3, the minuscule reasons. Let us go to the bottom 3 reasons why people don't like Nickelback. Number 4, or let me say number 1B, yeah. It's a minor reason. Some people say that they don't like Chad's voice. Look at this, that huskiness of his voice. Some people say that they don't like that. Okay, to me that one's not a big deal. In fact, I think that is like what gives Nickelback its signature sound, but I can understand. And then some people say that, one of my friends in one of my groups said that they don't like Nickelback because Nickelback sounds like country music. I was like, once again, yes, I know it sounds like This Afternoon, they sound like a bit of country, but come on, that is not all that Nickelback is, yeah. And then like I said earlier on, but this one is a minor reason. In one of their albums, they went pop. I think the album is called No Fixed Address. I'm not sure, but it's called No Fixed Address. There's a song that they did called She Keeps Me Up, where they sound like a pop band. But I mean, which band hasn't tried doing a few pop songs? Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, Paramore, 30 Seconds to Mars. So, but does Nickelback really deserve all the trolling that they get? Yeah. And then lastly, okay, I've given you 3 reasons. 3 minor reasons: sounding like country, Chad's voice, and then going pop. But there's this one last reason. Some people dislike Nickelback because they are Canadian. Yeah? Can you imagine that? Because they are Canadian. That one I just read somewhere. I don't have the actual comment. Some people say that they dislike Nickelback because they are Canadian. Some people say that nothing good ever comes out of Canada. I mean, look at Justin Bieber. Yeah. But I'm like, you're saying nothing good comes out of Canada, and yet we have 3 Days Grace and Avril Lavigne and Simple Plan and Sum 41, yeah. But some people just say Nickelback is Canadian. That's why I was like, most of these reasons I found them on the internet, as you've seen some of those YouTube comments. But in my opinion, I think at the end of the day, there is no real reason to hate Nickelback. I think Nickelback are really good as a band, apart from the part where they try to please everyone, which I can kind of agree. Yeah, I don't find any other reason, but I don't even understand why they get so trolled. I think the only reason why they get trolled is because everyone's doing it. Yeah, it's like it started out as a meme, and then Chad Kruger has that face that looks like it can just be memed, and then suddenly everyone just decided, let's meme Nickelback. Yeah, but otherwise, Nickelback isn't that bad. They're actually a very good band. Nickelback are a very good band. So thank you so much for listening to this critique. My name is Edgrim the Rock DJ. If you're brand new to this channel, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed my explanation, and consider subscribing. I post videos on Monday, Tuesdays, and Fridays, or at least I try to post every Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. Why do you think people dislike Nickelback? Did any of the reasons that I said Did any of the reasons that I just said make sense? Please comment below and tell me. Alright, thank you so much for watching. You take care. I post Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, so make sure that when you subscribe, you tap the bell icon, cling, 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 so that you receive notifications about brand new videos. Alright, you take care and God bless.